College can be hard, college can be difficult, but I have managed to make straight A's within the last few semesters, even with 18 credit hours. And there is a lot of things that I have implemented since my freshman year to make straight A's. So if you're interested in some tips and tricks to get on the road to that 4.0, keep watching and subscribe and like this video. So let's just say my freshman year was not the best for me academic-wise, but I have learned different techniques that have worked for me, and now I make straight A's every semester. I took a heavy course load spring semester with 18 hours. I got all A's then. I've been taking summer classes, making all A's now, and I'm going to show y'all or tell y'all how I've done that and things I've been doing. First, I would say you just have to be motivated. You have to have that motivation to make all A's and do well in school. You can't be a lazy student. Once you have established that you do want to make all A's, here are some tricks that you will definitely benefit from, because I know I did. So the first thing that worked for me is that I set aside time to study each day. Yes, each day I did do that because that is going to help you get those A's. And basically I would just study about an hour a day, depending on the workload, but just setting aside time that's good for you to study your work will definitely benefit you in the long run. And I also believe that when you set aside study time, it's going to make you more motivated to study, because if you don't have a set study time, you're going to be putting off studying. But when you know, okay, I got to study 30 minutes today on math or English, you're going to be more willing and motivated to do it. So the next trick or tip I have for you guys has to do with professors. Go to your professor's office hours. I did not do this a lot my first year, but I did it a lot my second year, because office hours are very helpful if you're confused or anything from class. Professors are willing to help you. Also, I have noticed that many professors will give a little bit extra credit here and there if you do attend office hours. I know last semester I had a teacher that gave a point or two of extra credit if you attended a session of office hours. Office hours are in place for a reason. They're there to help students succeed in college, so definitely take advantage of office hours. Go to the office hours any chance you get. It's going to really help boost that GPA in your class. And also, I mentioned extra credit, so that's my next trick. Do extra credit. I mean, any chance you get that the teacher gives you opportunities to do extra credit, do not just not do it. Always do extra credit, and you never know when extra credit might come in handy. Let's say you had an A in the class and you got a bad exam grade that brought your grade down from an A to a B. Well, if you would have done extra credit, you would have had an A in the class. Some extra credit assignments are small, some are big, but never miss an opportunity to do extra credit. It will come in handy in the long run. Trust me, I do all extra credit assignments now. They're very worth it. In college, there is a heavy distinction between an A and an A minus. So basically, if you have a 90, it's an A minus. If you have a 93 and up, it's an A plus. So if you have a 90 in a class and you have 3 points of extra credit, that means you are going to get an A plus. So we are shooting for A pluses. So always do your extra credit. Next, I would say get a planner. I have never used planners. I never used them in high school. But when I got to college, I realized I could really benefit from a planner because I'm taking a lot more hours. I'm taking a lot more classes. Planners allow you to write down your assignments so you don't miss any assignments. You can benefit a lot from this in college because you have so much going on. It's really easy to miss a due date. So I would suggest getting a planner. If you don't want to get a planner, you can benefit from using a notebook, just writing down your assignments and making sure you're getting them done. You don't have to get a super expensive looking planner. Notebooks work just as well. So all the things I mentioned so far are going to help you get those A's. Next thing I would say is to find a quiet study area that is free of distractions, because when you study, you want to make sure you're not around too much noise, too many people, because you're not going to fully have your focus on your work. When it comes to being an A student, you really have to focus in on your assignments so you're not missing any detail, and that comes with finding a comfortable, quiet spot for you to focus on your work. You cannot possibly do really well on any assignment when you're surrounded by a lot of noises and distractions. So just find that comfortable spot and quiet spot for you, whether it's outside on the grass somewhere, in your bedroom, in your dorm, in your apartment. Just find it, because it's really going to help you to focus in on your work and just overall increase your grades in the class. So next is something that a lot of people don't realize can really impact your grades, and that's sleep. food and exercise. You have got to make sure you're eating at least 3 meals a day to give you the energy to even feel like studying and doing your assignments. And I actually started exercising last semester, and it gave me so much energy. I'm not saying you have to go and lift heavy weights, but maybe taking a walk outside can just give you the energy you need to succeed. You cannot possibly do super well in a class without eating, because if you don't eat, you're not going to have energy. Exercising is just an extra thing you can do to boost your energy. Also, when you're studying, sometimes you need to take a study break just to give yourself a break from your work. So that is when you could probably go outside for a walk just to relieve yourself for a few minutes from your studies. And I know this is something college students do not get enough of, and it's sleep. You have got to sleep, because sleep can have detrimental effects on your body. I know that I could have done a lot better on some exams and tests if I would have gotten more sleep the night before, because I was so tired. I literally was just trying to get the test over with so I could go back to my apartment and take a nap. So just try to aim for that 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. If you can't get 8 hours, at least a good 6, please, because you're going to need the brain power to function in your classes. Obviously, to make all A's, you have got to study. You have got to know your assignments and get those turned in on time. But other factors such as sleep and food, eating, those play a heavy part in your success in classes as well. So when it comes to studying, you want to utilize a set time span to study each day. What's best for you. Do not cram. Do not cram anything. Do not cram studying the night before a test, the night before an exam, anything. Cramming will not help you succeed. You want to be studying a good time in advance to get your mind focused on the material, so you know the material. Cramming is not going to help anything. And I say this because most professors' exams and tests are application based, so you have to know the material inside and out. So when you cram, you're just trying to memorize definitions and everything in a short amount of time. You're not going to be able to apply that on the test. So don't cram. If you don't hear it from anybody else, you're hearing it from me. Do not cram. So next, I would say find work groups and study groups. They can help you a lot. Some people don't benefit from them, but I benefit from them. So find 2 or 3 people in your class that you can study with, and maybe you can text to help you on assignments. You can learn a lot from other people. Some people may be more experienced in a subject than you are. So being able to connect with others can help you out a lot, especially when it's time for exams and tests. Okay, so this next one, a lot of people don't realize can be really effective, but your seat in class matters how well you do in the class. Always try to shoot for the front seat. I know in high school and in college, people always want to sit in the back, but if you're really trying to maintain good grades and get your A's, sit in the front, because you're going to have so much more exposure to the teacher. You're going to be able to see things on the board better. So always shoot for the front. Literally all my classes last semester, I sat in the front because I just feel like I function better being in the front of the class. Also, when I sat in the back, it was too noisy for me. People are too loud, and also I cannot see that good. So sitting in the front just made me be able to see the board better and just overall hear the teacher better. So another thing I want to say, which doesn't really apply to everybody, but it does apply to everybody at the same time, try not to take an 8 a.m. class, because that's so early to take, and it's too early to really be able to function and learn something in a class. Also, if you're taking an 8 a.m., that means you have to go to bed a lot earlier because you have to be able to get up in the morning. So I would really suggest try to shoot for 9s and 9:30s just to give you that extra hour or so of sleep. Another thing that can be really hard to do, but it must be done, is try your best not to go to every Friday night party. In college, you have many opportunities to party and have fun, but if you know you have a big assignment coming up and you have to get things done, don't go to the party. Study, because in college you have Friday night parties and then you have some Saturday night parties. So maybe just taking a break to study that Friday night and going out that Saturday night, vice versa. Or maybe just taking a weekend to not party at all. Your grades are your first priorities in college, so if you know you have things to do, you don't have to go out. I know it can be hard because you just have been so stressed out your entire week with school and you want to party that weekend, but sometimes you do have to take time off just to get your grades in check, and that is going to really help you get those A's, because people are going to be out partying, but you're going to be in your dorm studying. So another thing to help you boost your GPA is to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. You surround yourself with people who want the best for themselves in terms of academics. That can greatly benefit you. If you surround yourself with people who are lazy and don't really care that much about their academics, that can somewhat rub off on you and influence you. You are who you hang around. So just be mindful about the friends and the people you choose to be in your circle, because you can somewhat adopt those behaviors. It's just going to give you more of a motivation to succeed. You already have the motivation because you're watching this video right now, but just hanging around people who want the best for themselves is going to make you more motivated. If you hang around students or people who really care about their overall success in college, that is going to rub off on you and you're going to want more for yourself as well. So one of the last things I want to say is when you're taking your notes, try to handwrite them. I know in college you have access to laptops, but writing your notes just allows your brain to kind of memorize what you're writing, and it really is helpful. So I would definitely try to write your notes and seeing how well your grades improve. Handwriting is not fun. But I have found it to be very creative because I have colored pens that I highlight my notes with, highlighters you can use. You can make your notes really pretty, so you also get a lot of leeway to write your notes how you want. I know on the computer you can't really always organize them how you want, so writing your notes is very beneficial and you can make them really colorful. But that was all I have for you guys today in this video. I hope y'all find these tips and tricks to be very beneficial and you get that 4.0. But thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I'll see you on my next video.